The way I feel is like, why should you fall apart first before you get all the spiritual tools you need to overcome any obstacle? Because before anything happens in the physical, it happens in the spirit. So if you awaken your spiritual talents, you foresee it. That's how come the prediction comes in. You foresee it before it takes shape in the physical, which means you can prevent it, you can protect yourself, or you can be prepared if there's nothing you can do to embrace the new situation that's coming. With awareness, calm, and what? Like, if you are aware of something, it doesn't shake you as much. When you don't know and you stay hidden, and things are hidden from you, that's when it can shake you and like show up unexpectedly and destroy you or break you down or disrupt you. But if you can foresee it and you can sense it and you're already managing the situation, because you are going to become the manager of your own life, and always like balancing yourself and doing the work all the time, so you're not in any sort of extreme behaviors and energies, then you are like managing your life, and that is important. I don't think that it's necessary for you to fall apart, for you to lose your money, for you to lose your dignity, your respect before you find God in you, or whatever it is, salvation. I don't think so. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. For those of you seeking, this is not about power trip at this time. It's not about show of prowess of mental powers. It's not about seeking for admiration, authority over others, right? It's not. At this point, it's not about that. For whatever your reasons are, you are entitled. Okay? But to let you know, you're entitled to liberate yourself from the illusions, freedom to explore all aspects of yourself, grow physical talents, and or human talents, and your spiritual talents. You need to become your savior. Your soul is the Christ energy, is the savior, is the mediator. That's what you need to understand. Your soul has the ability to function in the physical and to function especially in the spirit world, in the unseen world. That is why you're awakening the soul, so that you have one foot in the spirit, one foot in the physical. That is the true life, the Trinity. That's what it is. The birth of the true you is functioning in the spirit and functioning in the spirit right now. Alright, and your soul is the one that does that part and shows you that part, the aspect of you that allows you to conquer this physical and to know ahead of time and to be ahead of the game and to have better understanding and wisdom. Is all connected to the soul awakening. Your physical powers, mental skills and talents are good for the mental and for the physical, but the other aspect that is hidden from you that actually affects you without you knowing, which could be good or bad, which is the spiritual essence, is carried through and is experienced through the soul. So you need to awaken the soul if you want to have those talents and that ability to function as a spiritual being that you are, because you're a spiritual person having a physical experience. Or if you don't even want to say that, just realize that you are not just physical. Period. Do we need convincing for that? I don't think so. You need daily practices to hone into your spiritual talents, and that develops through the intuition. And that is why the meditation and the chakra awakening and the elemental forces of water, fire, earth and air and spirit needs to be awakened within through the breath work. the visualization, which is the sight. Allowing yourself to feel and know within when you are in that energy. Meditation gives you all of it at once. In my opinion, it doesn't matter if you're a religious person, whatever you believe in. It really doesn't matter. It is your right to explore your body and any other aspects of your body, your essence, who you are. It is your right. This is not about even about the gods, knowing the gods. It is all part of the process, but it's not really about that. It's really about self-development and empowerment and awareness and knowing yourself so that you make better decisions and live in your authority within yourself. All right, so you know simply knowing good from bad is not, that's basic information, that's instinctual. There is so many layers to you that you need to know. It's like you saying that you're okay living a half of you being blindfolded through life. What you don't see, you don't have to worry about it. That's what you're saying to me if you say that you're not interested in your spiritual path. You're saying that I'm okay. I cannot even handle the physical life that I have, my children, my job. Then I should go and add the spiritual world to it too. But what you're not understanding is that by you raising the spiritual talents, it allows you to handle the physical problems with ease. And it may not even happen because you're not going to repeat the mistake. So it is your savior, believe it or not. So if you can think highly or higher about things and see things from different angles, which is part of the spiritual process, because the mind opens in different areas that you don't use when you open the third eye, your perception changes, your discernment is bigger and higher. The pitfalls will be minimal. I'm not saying you never make a mistake again. I make mistakes every day. But do I make them like I used to? No. Is aging and the wisdom that comes with aging enough? Yeah, for the physical, if you just want to make it in this physical society. You got money in the bank, you got money to take care of you when you're older. You got, you've had enough sex. Have you tried all the races yet? All that stuff. If that's your mission, that you became the highest artist in this world, or that you became the highest scientist, or whatever it is that our profession is, our job is, and that is just enough, that's okay. But if you are a mystery seeker like me, and you're like, okay, they said that I have a spirit inside me, so I want to know what that is, because I have to be able to function and block things. Alright, people are harming me without me knowing, entities attaching themselves, healing certain bloodline problems, and the list goes on and on. Even right now in my life, to just solve my daily problems and have the drive, the inspiration, the know-how, and the patience, the tenacity, the strength of mind to overcome one day. If it's just to overcome one day. And maybe in my physical ability, I have, like a limited source to really do it. But with my spiritual powers ignited, there is a whole different aspect that kicks in, and I just can't let go. I must make it happen. It's a different vibe. It's like I just have to make it happen. I don't know why. I aim higher. I have higher values. I have more to accomplish. I feel more alive. It's like life is more interesting. What's my bucket list? My bucket list is to go to India. My bucket list is to see the face of an angel. Whatever. If it's true, is it true? A human being with wings, can I see it? Is God real? Really? So my grandma is not dead. I can see my grandma when it's there, and they can talk to me. Oh, can I see that? It depends. It depends on how the quality of life and the experiences that you want to have in this little time that you came. And it could just simply be that you are like a truth seeker. You just don't like it when people lie to you. You're tired of being lied to. So now you want to catch people in their lies. So you develop your intuition so you can hear their thoughts. When they are talking to you, what they really mean is what they are not saying. So your air energy, your intuitive mental power will telepathically give you the real information rather than what is coming from their pile. It could just be that. It could be that you've been brokenhearted so much that now you don't want to just date anymore. Because to love someone is like sharing your half of your life with someone. So if that is motivation enough for you to open your spiritual powers so you can actually foresee your soulmate and dream about them and know that they're the real one for you, and you don't struggle with someone that you have to live with and they drive you insane forever. And trust me, one of the painful things is to be married to the wrong person. Chai! To be married to the wrong person is like you killing me over and over every day. Like choking me with something every day. What an existence. Somebody that irritates the heck out of you. You just don't blend in anyhow. And that is your sanctuary, your home. But with your spiritual gifts, you know if this is the right person. It's like things would, even when you find your person, it's a complex situation in it on its own. A lot of understanding has to happen and things have to move a certain way before you can really be free with them. That in itself, the meeting process and getting to know them, it will happen easily, but it has its problems. But I can tell you this, it will never be as humiliating, painful, time wasting, exhausting, demeaning, and so like all of the wrongs that goes on in the wrong partnership. It will never be compared to that. Never. The passion alone that exists between you and your true partner, the true love, the unconditional love, accepting them for who they are alone is good enough. That does not mean that they don't tell you when you're wrong. That does not mean that they sweep things out of the rug. It simply means that they still choose you all the time. They still choose you all the time. And if you love someone, you're not going to want to hurt them. So it changes you in its own. And spiritual powers and abilities will help you to be with this person. Maybe that is your motivation to go into this. And I've seen a lot of people awaken because of their love life. Whatever the path that leads you to this, know that you're better off with developing some form of spiritual talent than nothing at all. Why about fine? You become half of you when you don't have any spiritual ability under your belt. You come to this life, they say, oh, go to school, get your degree, get your this, get married, get this, but nobody tells you that one of the things that you just need to learn as well is a spiritual talent. It's not enough to have your physical talents. You need the other talents to protect you, to guide you, to expose you to things that are hidden from you within yourself and outside of you. And if you want to see the gods, when you get to that vibration, the gods will show themselves. I always say this. If I want to call on the sun gods, the sun god can choose to show up as a dandelion, sunflower, as me with a sun face, or as a man, or as a woman, or as a lion. So when you start opening yourself up to spirituality, you have to understand that there are symbolism associated with all the energies and all entities or all divine essence. And so when you get to a stage, you would realize that it will manifest itself in those things for you. That's why when I call on the sun god and I'm praying to the sun will especially shine brighter, even if it's hiding in the clouds. When I wanted to know my ancestry, my divinity, my ancient Egyptian connection, the Sekhmet showed up, but it transformed to my face with her body, the cat goddess. So I know my lineage. You have to understand that wherever level you are, the energy would expose itself to you in that level. So all the concepts of God, ancestors, everything that is connected to the spiritual path will become yours to explore, because your soul is awakened and nothing will be limited to you. If you are developed enough and you have the knowledge enough and your light body, which is your soul, is strong enough to see it, then you will see it, you experience it, and it will become your reality. So it's like right now you only have the physical world. You awaken and you see the spiritual world as well, which is part of this world. It is not up in the sky, it is part of this world. It is just doorways and shifting vibration. Anytime somebody talk about spirit, they are looking up in the sky. The spirit is inside of you. It's a shift. It's vibrational shift, right? And when that shifts, that becomes your reality, where you see it outside of you as well. So I just want you to understand what you're really doing. You are awakening your soul, which is your spiritual body inside of you. Your mind is going to expand, because the mind is connected to the spiritual aspect and the physical aspect. So the spiritual part of your mind is the intuitive parts that you are awakening. That's what you're doing. So your mind is not just in the physical realm. Your mind is connected to your spiritual realm, and it is the development of the intuitive aspect, which is the claircognizance, the clairsentience, the clairvoyance, which is the sight, the clairsentience, which I've already explained. And when all this development happens, it becomes a psychic ability, it becomes a gift, and you'll be able to do whatever it is that you want. You know, like telepathy develops after you've developed a certain amount of your mental prowess, you know, your powers, your ability to intuitively hear the spirits. Then you start hearing the spirits through music, sound, and hearing people's thoughts. It goes higher as you develop. I know people that when I think of them, I hear all kinds of music. So I already know the state they are in. If I want to answer, I don't always have to pick up the phone. I hear it. And so this is bringing me to something also that I need to say. Your sun sign is the most important sign, and the moon sign is the most important because it's the closest to earth, right? And it is the aspect of you that everybody sees. The other aspects are all hidden aspects of you, right? When you awaken your soul, all those ignite as well. So all of it is functioning in this full force. So all the 9 planets that you are, or whatever, how many else planets and star seed vibration and energy and whatever codes you come with from different dimensions are all ignited when you awaken spiritually. So you start to realize that, you know, you can have more element powers within you. So yes, I am stronger clairvoyantly, but if I look in my charts, because that also comes in, when you look in your charts, you realize that you have 3 air signs. Some people have 4 earth signs. That could tell you how strong you are when you are using your spiritual abilities and what your stronger ability is. If you have all these placements in your chart, and a lot of your placements are in fire, then you know that you're stronger with visions and clairvoyance and dream and what you see and what is going on than the other ones. So you can break it down and you can be able to tell, you count how many of the elements you have in your birth chart, and that will give you which of the powers that you are stronger in. But ideally, the first impression is the sun sign. So that already tells you, what type of gift you have right off the birth. And then when you explore into the birth chart, it will give you more information, and you realize that you may have thought that your sun sign was your strongest suit, but you realize that me, for instance, I have 2 fire signs in my chart, but I have 3 of air, 3 of water. And nobody, you may not know that, all this telepathy, all this mental power, all this intuition, hearing sound, all that is stronger. But my dreams are also stronger. My visions are also stronger. But which one is my powers? It could be all even, because the water, and I have all waters, I have all air. So to me, I feel like they are stronger than even the clairvoyance, which is my telepathic and my mental stuff is stronger, and my emotional body, which is the psychic ability, the feelings, are all stronger to me than the clairvoyance. I dream a lot. So in my dream, it's very visual, it's like very colorful. A lot that happens. I feel that I can dream somebody's dying, and I'll feel it like it's happening now. So my dreams are intensified because of how stronger the other signs are inside of my charts. You have to understand all this and see your weaknesses and how strong you are as well, and function, and you gain understanding of it, period. So I feel like, I just basically want to understand what you're getting yourself into. You're awakening your soul, your mind, and your body, but in the spiritual aspect. You get it? In the spiritual essence. So your body has a spiritual body, which is the etheric body, and some call it differently. All I know is that the spiritual body, there is a body, the spiritual body exists inside the body. That's how your body is able to tell you that you have a lump in your breast, whatever. It has its own power within, and when you awaken your spiritual senses, it opens you up to those awareness. Like for instance, I didn't know I had fibroids, but I dreamt I had pain. I dreamt and I saw myself in a lot of pain in my womb area. And for years, I didn't go to the doctor until I got pregnant. And I didn't think anything of it because it didn't do anything. My period stopped for a couple of years, and then it came back all because of the spiritual awakening. And then when my period came back, it went in alignment with the moon cycle. So that all changed. My whole body physiology changed, where I stopped having periods for a while in my 30s, and then I got back to having periods, but now it was in alignment with the moon cycles. I'm either on the new moon cycle of period, or I'm on the full moon cycle of period. Whatever it is, it's in alignment with the moon, which is supposed to be the natural cycle of every woman. And men have their cycles as well. I can only talk from the woman perspective because I experienced that. So everything changes, right? But I didn't do anything about it because, it's like I just felt like I knew something was wrong, but I never went to the doctor until I got pregnant, and then I was in so much pain, and they found that I had fibroids in there. I was like, shoot. My body had told me there was something was wrong and I should go see the doctor, and I never did. So if the fibroid had killed me, whose fault is it? What's the point of having the spiritual ability for your body to show you and let you know what's wrong when you're not going to use it? So when you get these abilities and you develop them, make sure you trust and follow through with what your intuition tells you. Because if you discard your own intuition, then what are you doing? What are you doing? It will go back to dormant. It literally will. It will not grow. It will stay stagnant. You don't want to be stagnant. You want to grow. The point of spiritual development is for you to grow as a person and live in your full essence. So if Now the benefits of it is coming and stopping you from your illness getting out of hand. I already knew that I was going blind. Like right now, I went to they suspended. They said I need to go get glasses, but I knew I saw the shift in my eyes when my third eye opened. Then my real eyes, like physical eyes, is what I'm saying, it started to act a little blurry. So it's like one opened and one weakened a little. I saw the shift when it happened, and I knew I couldn't drive very well at night. I knew it was the byproduct of my spiritual awakening and me seeing so much. Like, yeah, something has to give and balance has to be reached. And me, sun gazing a lot also somehow it opened my spiritual eyes, but it also weakened my physical eyes from me staring so much at the sun. Everything has the other side, but your body is showing you because you have the gift to know ahead of time, right? So hence you are awakening your spiritual body, you are awakening your intuitive mind, which is the spiritual part of the mind, and you are awakening the soul, which is the vehicle, the Merkaba, the soul body that is able to travel into the spiritual world and show you all the hidden aspects of yourself and everything in the spiritual world. The soul is the only thing that can do that, not the physical body. That's why it is hard for you to physically see a spirit standing there with your physical eyes. But in the dream, I see spirit all day. But I've heard that with time, and I've started to see things slowly, but I haven't gotten to a point where I see a physical manifestation with my eyes open. I see images like shadows, clear things, clear forms. I know it's there. But right in front of me, to see a fit, because you're thinking I'm already seeing spirit, but if you're thinking that you're going to see spirit in a form, then you won't see it in the form. So literally you're seeing spirit things with energy shifting, with whatever it is, shadows or clear energy, and you know that something is there, but then it doesn't have a form, right? So all that is happening to me, but in the dream state, I see the whole form. However it is. If it's blue, if it's sparkling, if it's gold, if it's fiery, whatever it is, I see it. But with my physical eyes, I don't see form. I see blurry things. I see blurry things. But I feel more and I hear more. Okay, so I just want you to know that you can do it. Alright, I did it. It transformed me. There's a lot of things that I used to do that when I look at now, like, that is so low vibrational. I'll say that in the heartbeat. That is just not me. I can't believe I used to do that. I'm so ashamed. I can't believe I was thinking that simple-minded. I can't believe I couldn't see through that book. I can't believe I didn't understand that. You know, I say that a lot to myself. I want you to have those epiphanies. I want you to have those realizations and to see the shift in yourself. I want you to experience, and I've gone through another spiritual awakening. Like, it's not just one time. You upgrade on your gifts, and then you go through big awakenings as well. And I've gone through another one since my first one, and I didn't even realize I was going through one. I just came to the realization a couple of months ago that that was an awakening I was going through. I was like, ah, dog it. Because it's different from the first one. But the first awakening is not funny. It's not funny. People may think you're losing it or you're depressed. I know my family thought, whoever was around me thought I was depressed. Something was definitely wrong with me. You know, I don't know if I said everything that I was supposed to say, but I am tired like usual, and I think I've been talking for a long time. I don't know if I did a good job in convincing you. I wasn't trying to convince you. I was actually trying to give you as much information that I can that can help you to see what you are initiating yourself into. It is my gift, and right now in my life, I live to be a blessing. I live to impact whatever has helped me, that is good for me, to anybody that's willing to know. It is part of my bucket list. I live as if I'm leaving tomorrow. So I may move swiftly through your life. I may come into your life for a minute and leave you alone. You may hear me for 2 seconds, but whatever that time is, I want to make sure that I impact you with the best aspect of me. And that's what I aim at. So for my birthday, last year I taught you guys some things on my birthday. This year I gave you guys a gift, and this year I'm giving you another gift. Everything I've been talking about is to help you to get to the point where you'll be able to do this without second guessing and worrying and fearing and doubting and thinking that it is the devil's work. You becoming your greatest version of yourself has nothing to do with evil. Spirit does not equal evil. It does not equal fear. It actually equals power, understanding, clarity, enlightenment. It stands for everything that is good, and in those things that I mentioned comes with all the other sides, period, which I have talked about, so I don't feel like talking about it anymore. If you're ready, you're ready. And the thing that I was doing that seemed like nothing, that's what got me through things. That's what got me through depressions, got me through when my face was on the ground, when I thought I didn't want to be here. Whatever it is, the lowest parts of me, it was meditation that got me through there. And one last thing, meditation and my physical talents. When you are down, you need to sit there and write, what are the things that I want to do that I haven't done? What do I want to see myself become? And go after that. You shift your focus immediately. When you're down, that's when you go for your talents. You go for things that make you feel good, that you are great at. And you master that and you go for it full force. You know, like I said, when life breaks you down, that's when you get up and you say, who am I? What did I come here to do? What do I want to see myself do? Do I allow this pain to break me down, or do I get up and live the rest of my life doing what I came here to do and show my worth to myself? Because when something breaks you down, you have to build yourself up. How do you build yourself up? You build yourself up with the good things about you. Things that will allow you to rebuild your self-respect. And what is the best self-respect, admiration, and healing that you can get is to see yourself in your highest light and function in that ability. When you're able to do that, you have transcended, you have alchemized the pain and replaced it with greater things that will actually shock everybody around you, and you shock yourself. It's not for anybody but for you to get up out of the trenches. You have to combat it with higher vibrational things that make you feel great. Because when something tears you down, you're low, you think you're nothing. So how do you rebuild yourself? You rebuild yourself with doing practices and things that make you feel like you are God Almighty. And that's just it. That's how I worked it. It was a painful process. So now automatically, if you break me down, be careful, because the part of me that's going to show up, you're not going to recognize it, because it only makes me want to do higher things. So that I don't fall, I'm going to come back stronger. Everybody have seen these things in other people's lives. But I'm telling you, from a spiritual perspective, if you're combating life from the spiritual perspective and stepping into a higher power, because there will be a time where your talent will not do it. Because when you're down, your job is not going to help you. And the physical things that make you happy, have you ever felt so down that your money cannot make you feel good? Have you ever felt so down that anything that you used to do to make you happy, like dancing or going out, for instance, or eating certain foods, don't do it for you anymore? What do you do then? What do you do then? What is going to get you out of the trenches? Most people will call God. They'll call their ancestors. Or they'll go down in deeper depression. What do you do then when everything that makes you feel good, that like all the bandage that you have going on, the bandage to the sore, the plaster and the alcohol that you've rubbed on your wounds doesn't work anymore. The things that you've used, you hiding with your job, hiding with sex, or hiding with TV, whatever. What do you do when none of it works? I'll tell you what I did when none of it worked. I started meditating. And then I started to open up a new reality of myself that is higher than what I've observed. So when you're in trouble, it's like you need to find something that is bigger than the trouble to heal it. And sometimes it's not, nobody can do it for you. Maybe the therapist can help by you talking. You find yourself, and it works. It works because spiritual path is a lot like therapy work, right? But you're doing it on yourself from a different angle that doesn't involve anybody. And I prefer that because I don't want to talk to anybody about my problems. I want to talk to my soul, because that's my God, that's my power, that's my mediator. When I wanted to reach God, I had to reach my soul for my soul to be able to show me God. For me to be able to talk to God, I had to go through my soul for the angels to step in my life. It is the process, the gateway. Even if you are into religion, you still have to develop your soul so that your soul can reach the higher vibrational beings like the angels and the deities or the God or Jesus, whoever you believe. If your soul is still weak and is not there, you are reaching them from a very low vintage point. You want to get to the sky, you get in the airplane. In this case, the airplane is the soul. If you want to see the clouds, you get on the airplane. If you want to see divine and God and all that, you need to reach the soul. How do you reach the soul? Develop the spiritual body, the soul awakening. Go through the meditation, develop your intuition. The soul will awaken. Start talking to your soul. Write down, ask your soul questions. Realize that there is something in you that is bigger than this physical body. That's why I always say, why are you looking outside of yourself? Have you finished talking to the God within? And then this goes to my Africans. Why are you worshiping a God or praying to a God that doesn't look like you? Have you finished praying to the black gods in Africa? Have you finished talking to yourself, your own soul within? The one that you can trust is you first. And if you awaken you and you trust you and you exposes you to the other people, then it's a path that is worthwhile because it is the fact and it's your truth. But if you go through other gods and other entities to get to the truth, how do you know if it's true? And how do you know if that's a God that really appeared? How do you know? Take the second guessing and the ifs and the what ifs and all that blurry things out of your life. If you want authenticity, if you don't have the ability to be truthful and seek truth and be authentic and real, then this is not your path. And my gift to you is to aim to be real, to seek the truth and to seek your power within, so that all the other stuff that you think you need to know that's hidden from you will be exposed to you, so you don't walk in darkness or walk half blind. That's why I gave you the gift. That's why I talk. That's why I run my mouth. And sometimes I hurt people's feelings, but I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I don't want to bust people's balls or girls, whatever it is that girls have. But sometimes you gotta hear it. And you gotta hear it from people you know. People that you didn't think they could do it. Like me. I'm sure people look down on me. A lot of people may have looked down on me in my life. Or maybe not. I may be imagining it. So, it's not about anybody though. It's about you, your self-development, and empowering yourself. And that's a talent that you need to tap into. Sure, I think it's cool if you can move physical things with your mind, because that's where it can end if you can manage fire, I mean, looking at it in a literal sense, it sounds crazy, but when you empower your fire within, it simply translates to the idea that you have the influence and the ability to inspire anything in anybody. You light people's soul on fire. So I know we watch in movies that people are able to move fire, and I think that you can, because I've seen myself in spirit world doing those things, like, you know, bringing thunder down or stuff like that. I don't want to spook anybody, so I'm not going to talk about that or make people start looking at me crazy, which I don't give a damn anyways. But what I'm trying to tell you is, it translates into the physical world where these elemental forces within you, and I'm going to end this conversation with this, it translates in different ways. So if you are clairvoyant or you are a fire sign and you develop your spiritual fire energy talents within you, your ability to influence people and ignite a new inspiration in them, because inspiration and fire goes hand in hand, and passion to go after who they are, what they want as a person, and to see what makes them light up, to light their soul on fire. You're able to do that maybe with words, maybe with your art, maybe with the things you do, just your presence, whatever. You are walking ignition as a fire sign. Alright? If you are a earth sign, for instance, you may be able to channel down, you'll be able to touch someone, and you are holding healing energy in your hands, right? So you touch someone just by hand holding them, or you enter a room and your energy is enough to sweep the whole room and change the energetic field in there, just by touch, just by your presence. All right. Some people open their mouth and everybody's, it's like, the attention goes to them. What do you think that is? It's energetic power. It's energetic power. If I can feel if I can really feel how you feel, then I can really tap into you, and I can know what you're thinking and understand you, and I can solve your problem. That is empathy. That is feeling power. All right. It has its downside, like everything has its downside, and I'll talk about the downsides or the negatives to all these spiritual gifts on a different video. All right. I have touched little surfaces, but I didn't get deep into it, because the feeling aspect, for instance, a lot of the feelings, negative things, that the heaviness is not always you. So I think I'm going to wrap it up here, but you have to understand how these gifts translate in your life. You may have the gift of making lots of money with things you build with your hand if you are powerful in the earth vibration, right? Which is the earth gifts, the claircognizance, and the intuition of you just knowing how to make money. Some people are just money magnets. Why? Because their ability and their spiritual gifts, 11:11 on the clock, is embedded in earth and physical things. They don't know why, they just have it, they get it easily. So, I mean, I can sit here all day and talk, because I can talk forever, and that is the air in me. Don't forget, I have all the 3 air signs in my chart. I have Libra, I have Gemini, and I have Aquarius placements. So when it comes to talking, thinking, I love it. I'll do it all day till my mouth dries, like right now. So we'll get into how these gifts, like transpire in your daily life and how they weave in. I have said a few, but obviously I can't say everything today. But as always, I think I've talked over an hour and I'm exhausted. And this is a beautiful birthday gift. I have enjoyed being here doing me. This makes me happy. When I'm a blessing, I feel happy. When I'm able to give, I feel happy. When I'm cooking for people, I feel happy. When I'm showing art, I feel happy. When I'm talking knowledge about things that, I feel like it can help us, I feel happy. it's a different type of happiness and joy that comes with me doing this thing. So when I'm doing this, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. When I'm not feeling good, I'm not gonna show up. When I'm feeling good, I show up, because then I can spread that joy. I can spread that inspiration, that information, that that experience, and it's like, oh, it's a nice high for me. I don't need to sniff cocaine. I don't need to sniff marijuana. I don't need to get high on some alcohol to be able to feel this high. I don't need to even be working out, which is actually a very good thing. The high that comes from working out is amazing. But like doing what I'm doing right now is a different type of high. Alright, it's blissful. It's blissful. It's blissful. Alright, so I enjoy this. So I hope you enjoyed it with me, even though it sounded boring at some parts and all that. I hope you enjoyed me. I love you so much, and I'm doing this. Don't forget why we're doing this. It's not about stepping on other people. It's about empowering you. It's not about I want to see God. It's not even so much of none of that. It's about you and you and you and all of us being in a different vibration, and that changing the earth and raising the vibration from third dimension to fifth dimension and up. It's time, because human beings are evolving. We used to act like monkeys. Now we act like spirit beings. It's all part of the divine plan. So we seek to grow. We seek for better lives, easier access to things, and all of that. And that including your spiritual talents and weaving it. You don't need to fall on your face to find salvation in your spiritual essence and God and all that. You need to consciously make a choice to develop the gifts, like you've consciously decided to get married, consciously decided to go to college, consciously decided to screw someone, consciously decide to develop your clairvoyance, your claircognizance, your clairsentience, and your clairaudience, and we're good. If you can do that, you're my friend. I love you. You're my soul tribe, and you're my soulmate, and you're my soul everything. I just love you because we are better for it. That's it. Alright, so this is why I end it all. This is why I end it all today. Everything I do, I aim at igniting this in you. I aim at showing you that it's good. I aim at showing you that it reduces the pain, okay? I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Happy birthday to all my Leos. Happy birthday to my monkey self, and thank you all so much for the love, the affection, and all the messages you guys have sent to me. I'm gonna check it all out and see all those that love me and love me more. That is a great feeling, to be loved, okay? And I give you all the love back. Mwah, mwah. I love you too, just as much as you love me. I may not be able to sleep with all of you. I can't spread the love like that, but I can spread it the way I can. Because if I give everybody all the love you give me, there'll be nothing left for me. I'll become the biggest, you know what. So I can love you all in that romantic way, but I can give you the agape love, the human love, the divine love. That's all I can share. So at this point in my life, it's all about giving you the divine love. Alright, and this is how I choose to share my divine love with you. I love you. You are a divine being having a human experience, and I wish and I pray and I know that you are ready and you are waking to it, because you detest pain, unnecessary pain, alright, and unnecessary delays and low vibrational things that it's meaningless. It's just meaningless, okay? Alright, so I'll talk to you all later. Bye bye.